I'm amazing. I just want to say that now. Also, since we're not in combat anymore, I'm gonna go over here and heal Mark before we do anything else, so he doesn't die. Alright.
Tana, as you were watching, the features of this woman lit up drastically. You happened to notice that she looked a ridiculous amount like Khalid, the bartender from the Down Goblin.
Okay. Alright. I will keep note of that. I'm trying to figure out something right now. Okay. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Mark.
Okay.
Second level spell slot, so it's 2d8 plus 2. Alright.
As he comes to, he places a hand on your arm and says, "Thank you."
No problem. And then I'm gonna... If anybody else wants to do anything while I'm doing this, I'm gonna walk towards Ostarion. I don't want to hog everything, so...
Go ahead and roll your heal.
Before I heal,
Oh.
I'm gonna, as I'm putting my hand down on him to heal him, I'm gonna move my other hand in and rip that necklace off of him.
Oh my gosh.
It's a magical artifact.
Are you trying to rip it off?
Hey, and wait, how does she know it's there, though?
She saw you put it on through the window.
I saw you put it on. I don't know
What?
what it
If you can
does,
point at
I'm
her
just
through the
assuming-
window, she can see you put something on.
Yeah. I'm gonna take it off to see what it does.
Alright.
As I'm doing that.
Arya, are you tearing it by, are you destroying the leather band, or are you, lifting it off his head?
Is there a collapse or something? I don't want to ruin
It's just,
it. In case
it's an
something
entire
useful.
strand of leather that goes all the way around.
I'll try to get it off his head without ruining it.
Yeah, it lifts off.
Because I don't know what it does. Alright, and then I'll cast another second level spell slot on him.
Alright.
Alright.
Also, Ostarion, you were unconscious when she stole the thing.
I know.
Just pointing that out.
Oh, no. Okay, so as he's getting up, I'm going to hold it up to him. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to do a perception check on it to see what it does. Exactly.
Alright, so as you're looking at it, you don't really get anything new except for that same description, the visual description I gave to Ostarion. But as you're looking at it, you see the hand itself clench just a little bit, and suddenly a very strong stench of skunk releases from within your clothes, Tana.
For more than mine?
Yes, it smells as though every fiber of cloth on you has been permeated with the stench of skunk.
Alright, with the arcane check, did I, tell what it did? What it does?
You know exactly what it does. It prevented Ostarion from being affected by your Druidcraft cantrip, and when you used it, it amplified the effects that it had absorbed and placed them on you.
I'm gonna laugh really hard, like a belly aching laugh, and then I'm gonna turn to him, and as he's still getting awake and stuff. Well, he's probably a little bit awake by now. I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on it, right in my hand.
The thing itself bursts into flames. Let me see what happens actually.
Okay.
I need you to make me a Wisdom saving throw, Tana.
Okay. I have a +4 in Wisdom. Oh my god! All right, +4 doesn't matter for shit.
I need you to take 20 damage.
Alright.
Blown halfway across the room. And fall completely unconscious.
Alright.
let's do
where
this
am I?
because it's a peaceful sleep. I blew you to the circle in the middle.
Okay.
Ostarion's face right now, man.
Oh, the karma is so real, dude.
What? You're the one who overreacted. I mean,
You're the one trying to light it on fire, so
Yeah.
that's overreacting.
Also, that might be my favorite crit of like all time.
wait, you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was fun. Anyway.
Is the thing still like around? Can I pick it back up?
It is in
I lit it on
ashes on the ground.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if it had no effects.
No.
Or,
No, it was
Okay.
because it got destroyed that the
Yeah,
explosion of energy happened. Anyway, for those of you that are conscious, Mark is laughing hysterically at this moment.
I will start laughing as well. Oh, that felt so good. You have no idea. Alright. I guess I'll ask Mark if he's alright.
I'll be fine. Thanks. And as we agreed upon, he pulls 8 platinum out and he gets up to his feet and hands 2 to Flintlocke, 2 to Captain Helga, and 4 to Ostarion. Those are intended for her.
Don't do it, Ostarion. Just keep
Wait,
them.
what?
Just keep them.
He gave you 4
Oh,
platinum
I see.
pieces, 2 of which were intended for Tana. And he very intentionally gave them to you,
Yeah.
as
I
you can
see.
tell by his face.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
He's going to walk back up to his altar thing here, and he's going to put his back to it and sit down.
I was unconscious when the smoke thing died, right?
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Yeah. All right. I guess loot the bodies.
Alright, so as you're going through, besides 2 crossbows, 2 damaged crossbows, 2 pretty damaged daggers, and some rusted over short swords, you don't really find anything useful besides the metal bits from the mancers and the disassembled skeletons.
Okay. And can you just describe like the Mancer piles or whatever again?
Yeah, so as mancers die, they slowly start to segment at each of the joints in their bodies. So as you're looking at them now, you see little bits even as small as even just a pinky, all the way to like their entire an entire rib or like an entire forearm or something like that. Or sorry, not a rib. Their entire torso comes apart together. But yeah, you could get like an entire forearm or an entire torso, even as small as just like a pinky, the last knuckle on your pinky. And they just are completely metal bits that look vaguely like that part of the human body. And every bit is colored like metal of the color of the Mancer.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Also, if you're looking closely as they die, they drop the book and it fizzles out of existence.
Yeah.
Tana's endless thinking of Captain Helga.
Nah, she's fine. Don't worry about her.
No, I'm totally good. I was actually thinking about casting detect magic in the room because obviously something did something weird in here.
Yeah.
So I want to cast that.
Something happened.
Can you
Something
throw
weird.
the spell in the chat for me?
Yeah, you betcha. Yeah, you betcha. Hot dish.
Sorry about that. That was really surprising. Anyway, where were you standing?
Cat strikes again.
I'm gonna move towards like the middle of the room because I want to stand in the middle.
All right. For the it's got a long duration, up to 10 minutes. She could walk around the entire room. I just wanted to know where she was when she started casting it.
Yeah, I would totally do that.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to say this, but he closed the door behind you guys before you guys started the ritual. Just forgot to say that.
Okay.
We're locked in the dungeon now, guys.
Okay, so as you're looking around, you can tell that there is a kind of... So it's the same world tree relief that you've seen before. The trunk itself is made of 3 tendrils that spiral around each other, right? And then those tendrils spread out into the tree branches that are actually on the bottom of the screen in this image. And then they spiral around the outer edge and reconnect with the roots at the bottom. So as you follow that line with your eyes, you can also follow a similar aura that is spiraling outwards following that track. And as you're following the aura, you follow a line. Let me just do this. Of aura that circles out and around like this. And then comes out to here, to this one. And another that comes out and around and up to there, and a final one that comes out and around and to here. And then small aspects of each of those auras, as they come towards this top one, break out vaguely. Not that line, and go up to there.
Okay, good to know.
And I'm assuming that you explored the rest of the room, and you can tell that the auras themselves are tethering onto the skulls and are being focused by the candles on each altar.
Okay, so I want to walk over after all of this is done. I want to walk over to to one of the altars, and I want to do an Arcana check on the skeletons and the candles.
So it's only a skull. I know it looks like more than that, but there's only a skull on there.
But you said there was candles on there too.
And the 2 candles, yeah.
Okay, so I want to go and do an Arcana check on like the whole thing to see if like I can see like why it's producing the magic that it is.
Okay.
As a player, out of curiosity, I wonder if the skulls are anything like that other skull that we found forever ago.
Steve!
Actually, as you're looking closer at this, doing this Arcana check, you don't really find anything magical about it. But just by nature of like looking closely at it, you start to notice very familiar markings in a kind of script that you know you've seen before, but you're not really sure where it came from.
Okay, so I want to pull the skull out of my bag that I have and see if I can compare the two together.
They're very similar, and a lot of the markings look... not that it's the same markings, but they have... You can tell that it's the same script, but they say different things.
Okay, so I'm going to let the party know, the ones that are awake anyway.
Are you just like shouting it across the room, or are you walking up to each of them and explaining?
I think I'm just gonna shout. It makes it easier.
Mark, who looks completely exhausted at this point, is going to lean his head back against the altar. It's just short enough that he can like manage to like get the curvature of his head to rest on the corner of the altar, and he's just going to laugh quietly to himself, loud enough for you to hear, but not intentionally like broadcast. Of course, they found a skull.
What's the significance of these skulls?
Depends on the skull. Mine focused the energy in this room that let us close the rift. I don't know what yours does.
All right. So, who are you really, Mark? If Helga's not asking something to him.
Crap. 1 second. Let me pull my stuff back up. The wrong one. This one. I've gone by many names. The one that I was originally called was S.
S?
Just the letter S.
Great name. I'm all about it.
If you want, I can give you the 17-syllable version, but people don't bother. I didn't bother.
So asking like the DM.
Yeah.
Like, he turned into like you said.
Yeah, he
like,
still
really
looks like he's a high elf instead of a half elf.
And he said he looked like old or like
300s.
Is that,
so
I'm not sure for.
That would be the human equivalent of say 60 or 70.
Okay. Why the disguise?
Because I'm not necessarily allowed to, be in this area of the world.
Not allowed? By who?
There was a certain, let's call it a blood treaty, between me and the original, or not the original, the what would it be? Oh, something like the third great-grandchildren of the original Royal Three.
I see. What was this blood treaty for? If
I may have caused some disruptions in my studies of what was going on within Arenthul.
I see.
Tana, you start to come to, but like, for a while you can just hear what's going on. You can't really do anything about it. So you're just hearing this conversation. You're not capable of getting up yet.
I already tuned out before this, so I have no idea what's going on anyways.
Perfect.
So what happened? Like where?
So if you haven't been able to tell yet, the royal families around here are strangely connected to magic.
Yeah, I had noticed.
Pretty much they, for some reason, when they landed in this area, there was a tether placed between them and the underlying mana of the land, making it so that they have an uncanny ability to utilize magic. For some reason, that ends with the mountain range, which is why Arenthul only ever expanded that far. The people of Arenthul never felt a desire to expand past it, because anytime they tried, anytime they got close to the mountain range, they could feel a drastic pull as that they were leaving something behind. And actually,
understand that feeling. Yes,
Ostarion, you have actually felt that as you get closer and closer to the mountain range. You felt the pull to go back into the central of Arenthul.
Okay. As you say, tethered. Do you know like where the tether is to? Or
I'm
just wondering if it's like to a point, or is it just to like the essence?
If you're thinking of it physically, in reality, it would probably be more likely to be Travok, the central area of Arenthul, but in reality, it isn't as physical as that.
Yeah,
It's more of an astral phenomenon, which means it's not necessarily a certain location.
So, what like what do these echoes and summoners like? Do you have any idea like why they're occurring? Or
I'm not fully confident. Of course, Flintlock.
sounds about right.
I'm not fully confident. I was actually hoping part of this room is actually designed to prevent the dissipation of the echo. So while the main task here was to prevent these beings from harassing the school, I was also hoping I could accomplish some research as a result.
You mean like capture one, basically?
Yeah, exactly.
I see. Why the special interest, I guess?
Well, when you've been around as long as I have, one of two things happens. You either begin to hate all life, and you retreat into yourself and find enjoyment in your own projects, or you find a strong desire to help those who are still learning to live in this world.
This is all too philosophical for me, so I just shrug.
Pretty much, I recognize pain and I want to stop it.
All right. Well, I don't know. I don't really have any other questions for this guy at the moment, so I don't know if anybody else does. But
no, I'm good.
Tana, you're fully conscious.
Can I wake yet?
Fully conscious.
Alright. First thing I'm gonna do is cast a second level Cure Wounds on myself. And then before well, let me see how much I heal.
Not
well,
much.
that's the first level. Yeah. Alright.
Okay.
That's 12 in total. I'm gonna cast it again. Alright. What else can I waste my magic on? I'm gonna go heal up what's his face, Mark.
Okay.
He is full 11. That is all my magic.
so
Alright,
As you guys have been resting, he's been able to take a short rest as he's been sitting against this thing, which means that you all have been able to, except for Tana, because she was unconscious and not fully resting. So you each have taken a short rest, meaning that he's going to heal as well, himself.
so everybody else is healed up too?
If they want to spend their hit dice to heal.
If they're gonna do that, they also get a 1d6 with that.
Oh yeah, nice.
I'll do that then, I guess.
Alright. First things first, Huh. I'm trying to figure out how to do all of this.
While she's thinking, how do the hit dice work again?
So you have as many hit dice as you have levels. So you have 4d10 hit dice. And so for each one that you want to spend, you roll it as d10 plus your con mod. So if you roll 1, that's 1d10 plus or minus 1. If you roll 2, that's 2d10 minus 2, etc. And you also get a d6 in addition because of Captain Helga.
Okay.
Alright. So, seeing everything dead.
A d6, not a 6.
The body's looted. Sorry. And the body's looted and stuff. I'm going to send him up.
And then an additional d6.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Sorry, thanks. I'm done.
Okay.
And ask him, alright, so the job's completed. Can I have my payment?
You would need to speak with your compatriots.
Alright, okay. Thank you, kind sir. I already know how to deal with that.
Sweet.
So,
It's time for a break.
yeah, like, I don't know. Can I just assume that everybody else tells me everything?
Well, you heard most of the important stuff.
Okay.
You just weren't fully capable of moving yet.
Can
Rogala.
I tell if the ancient
Rogala.
language... Oh.
He lifts a hand and calls Rogala a couple times.
Sir, sorry. Hey, what's up?
He pulls out a rock that seems vaguely familiar to everybody but you, Ostarion, and he puts it in your hand.
Okay.
As you look over it, it's got some kinds of inscriptions of some kind of magical language that you're not too familiar with, but it does look vaguely familiar.
I will hold it up, not give it to... hold it up to Tana and ask her if it's like the ancient language or whatever.
The lettering on this is not the ancient language.
Okay.
Is it a language I know?
I don't know what languages do you know.
Elvis, Sylvis, Primordial, and Judic.
No.
None of those?
I guess I'll hold it up to Helga as
Can I do an
well.
Arcana check? Oh.
Well, you know very well what it is. It's a sending stone.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, maybe just tell me that then.
No, I'm not gonna say anything if no one else does. I'm good.
Okay, I'll just ask
I'm
him
gonna
then.
tell him.
What is this?
Asking Mark.
Yeah.
It's a sending stone. It's a method for people to communicate over great distances.
I see. What is it that you would like us to communicate? No, you cannot try and steal it from me while it is in my hand.
That's actually literally impossible.
Also, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, I'm gonna move one space away from her.
Do it.
And over here.
Mark rolls his eyes, and nothing in particular, but you've done me a great service today.
Alright, thank you. I will.
But he's not even the one who killed the bloody thing. He just sat in the back and shot a few times. He didn't even heal anyone.
He also finds you
What a whining, dude. I did like 29 points of damage in a single attack, you nerd. Shut up.
What did Mark say?
Nothing. I was talking to Jim.
Alright.
If there's nothing else, I would like to clean this place up.
Yeah, nothing that I have. So unless there's something that Tana or Camelia have, I think I'm good.
Is that the ancient language on the schools? I'll ask him. Or does he know anything about it?
Oh, you asked him? When you ask him, he raises an eyebrow at you, but doesn't say anything.
I'll show one of the coins to him really quick. I'll try to keep it quick. So
genuine
we can
surprise.
go ahead and... What?
Genuine surprise when you show him the coin.
Alright, I'll ask him if he can explain it to me really quick. What he knows about it.
The journey to discovery begins with the self.
You know what? You raise a pretty good point there, honestly. Alright. One more thing before we end, because I know we have to shut it. I'm going to come over here and use Wild Shape. Turn back into a brown bear, please.
I'm not doing the token thing.
Okay. Alright, well, see, sorry. I turn back into a brown bear and look very menacingly at, what's his face?
Ostarion?
Yeah,
I
will hold
towards the exit.
I will follow.
Alright, as you guys get outside, you hear children playing in the grounds outside the school, and it just seems like a very odd thing to have such joy and laughter as just after having come from an encounter full of undead and learning of horribly mysterious things. It just feels wrong. As the children see the bear walking out, some of them, the more adventurous ones, scream and run up, all excited, and a lot of them run away and react very adversely.
Alright, any of the ones that come near me can hug me, or ride on me, or pet me, or whatever. I'm fine with that. I will still follow Ostarion very closely, panting in his ear, making it very noticeable that I'm like a 300-pound bear.
You can't pat in my ear. I'm 6 feet tall, dude. Unless you're like walking on 9 feet.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's what we're going to call it for the week. So again, I'm Karmatic Neutral. Welcome for tuning in, and don't forget to smash some puny goblins.